Last week we talked about this picture. This week, let's talk about this picture. Hello everyone and welcome back to ɪnˈdevə. I would like to start off by saying the irony of this shirt is not lost on me. It says run, rest, repeat, run, rest, repeat. And for someone who despises running, it's a little funny to me, but it's also super comfortable and really fun to play basketball in, which I like to do. So, got that out of the way. Today let's talk about games. Games that you can play with your friends that might be a little bit different from like your traditional board game. The three that I'm going to talk about today have made my friend group laugh like an incalculable amount. A lot of the memories associated with us hanging out have to do with us playing these games, but there are three in particular that I want to stick to today. Number one has to do with the photo I showed you at the beginning of the video. So, Christmas time, Christmas party, another Christmas party. If you watched the last video, my family throws a Christmas party every year, and my friend group has a friend's Christmas every year. A few years ago, we had started playing this game called Get Down, Mr. President, and you may have heard about it before. It is so fun, and it's too much at some points, but it helps if you're in like a semi-big group, you know, four or more people. One person is sitting there, you're just chilling, having dinner, whatever. Probably not having dinner, that would be a little messy. Just chilling, right? You're on talking, whatever. And one person goes like this. A la the Secret Service. And then someone catches on and they put their finger to their ear too, because you're forming the Secret Service network. So finally, when you get down to the last person who has not noticed that their hand is not over their ear, they're not the Secret Service. They are the president. And the rest of them scream, "Get down, Mr. President!" And the president gets dogpiled by the Secret Service to protect them. Protect them. Turns out they really get dogpiled, and it is hilarious, and they catch them off guard. And what's really funny is when you're down to the last two people and they happen to notice at like the same time, but one person gets there a little bit quicker, and the Secret Service just, "Get down, Mr. President!" tackles them. I have to admit, I did not make this game up. I saw it on Reddit, I think, but we have adapted it for our friend group, and it is hilarious. So all credit to the person who made it. I don't know who that person is. I just saw it on Reddit, like I said. But it is super, super fun. Number two. Ever played Boulder Dash before? I personally love the game of Boulder Dash, the traditional version, where if you're not familiar, there's a card with some obscure words on it, or what would be obscure when the game came out. Some of the words on there are just in our common vernacular today from technology. But one person is the reader, and so they read the word on the card, but they don't read the definition, and then everyone has to make up a definition and submit it to the reader. The reader will then read off all the fake definitions, but the real one will be in there as well. And then everyone goes around the table and says, "Okay, I think this is the real one. I think this is the real one," whatever. If you pick the real one, you get to move your piece. If yours gets picked because it's such a good fake definition, you also get to move your piece. So it's really fun. Would recommend it, but it wasn't quite good enough for us. So what we did is we use the Boulder Dash cards and we pick out whatever word we want to use, whatever we think is funny or goofy or just a random word. You just pick whatever word you want, and then we all write. So there's four of us who usually play this. So the reader and the judge. Everyone submits their own definition of whether it's like it's a shared experience or a goofy definition that you wouldn't expect and you went to like actually think of. Like, it's not supposed to be a real definition of the word, but it is supposed to be something that A, is gonna make people laugh, and B, try to obscure your way you write or the way you talk or the way you think so that the judge doesn't pick yours. So the reader reads all the definitions and the judge has to assign which definition came from which person. It gets a little hilarious at times, but so the judge assigns. If the judge assigns all correctly, they get a point, and then all four of us go around and say which one we thought was the funniest, and then that person gets a point. So if mine was the funniest and two people voted that it was the funniest, I would get 2 points. The other person who thought it was the funniest, they'd get a point. So it just works out that way. It is not the original game, but it's pretty close. It is hilarious. 10 out of 10, would recommend. Another game that we play that's really helpful when we are at home or spread out and someone's on the other side of the world or someone's at college, whatever. It's called the GIF game. Some people pronounce it GIF. I do not call it GIF because it's called a graphic. GIF. Rant over. Okay, the GIF game. So if you have an iPhone, or I don't know, maybe other phones do this too, I'm not sure. You can text reaction GIFs in your group chat. So kind of similar a little bit to the Boulder Dash game. Someone submits a scenario though. So you say that feeling when Abby gets tackled in Get Down, Mr. President, okay? And so then everyone's, not the person who submitted the scenario, but the other 3 people submit a reaction GIF, and the funniest one gets a heart tap back. It's hilarious, whatever. It can be done over text, and then whoever was favorited gets to pick the next scenario. It's stupid, it's fun, it's just a way to be connected even when you're apart, or on those lazy nights when you're all sitting around in the living room and you don't know what you want to do. It's a good way to connect on that too. 2 things I would recommend is both in Boulder Dash and in the GIF game that you have shared experiences submitted. If you're playing with a person who doesn't usually hang out with you, maybe try to curb it so that everyone feels included, because there's nothing worse than being in this situation where people are laughing and slapping each other on the back and laughing and whatever over stuff that is not a shared experience on everyone. So keep that in mind. The other thing I would suggest is make sure you have a phone charger, because the GIF game can take a lot of battery. So that's just a little tidbit, and from someone who's gotten down to 2% playing that game and still won. I don't actually remember if I won. Make sure you have a phone charger. That is all for today. I do want to really quickly say congratulations to all of you who have graduated in the last couple weeks. I know it's graduation season. My sincere congratulations to you. My sister graduated from University of California, Berkeley with her bachelor's. Whatever level of graduation you are celebrating this season, congratulations. It's a huge step. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for being a part of the Friendever family. Friendship is a journey. Friendship is an endeavor, and I will see you next time you graduate on Friendever.